Well, former Telecom Minister Mr. A. Raja has begun defending his own position in the 2G scam in court, and it's grabbed headlines because he has sought to drag in the Prime Minister, the former Finance Minister Mr. Chidambaram, who's the Home Minister today, and the present Telecom Minister Kapil Sibal. The BJP has pounced on what could be a potential serious political embarrassment for the UPA government to take on some of the comments that A. Raja has made in court today, the present Telecom Minister and the HRD Minister, but in this case, relevantly, the Telecom Minister Kapil Sibal. You're still smiling, but it's been a rough day. It's been an embarrassing day. It's been an embarrassing day for your government.
I don't think so. I think it's the BJP which should be embarrassed.
Why should the BJP be embarrassed?
Because here is a person who is a prospective accused. He is making an argument in court which is yet to be decided by the court, and that argument is taken by the president of the BJP as evidence and proof. And I think that if he had taken the advice of some of his colleagues who are somewhat knowledgeable about the law, he would not have gone to the press to make such an outlandish allegation. How can you take an argument of a prospective accused who is seeking to protect himself as evidence of proof of wrongdoing? I just don't understand that.
He's the main protagonist in what's now being called the country's biggest scam.
I don't know whether it's the biggest scam. You are calling it the biggest scam. Let's see. I mean, let the trial go on and let the trial be concluded, and we'll find out what it is.
Let's start with the one statement that he made that actually directly pertains to you, to Mr. Chidambaram and to the Prime Minister himself. Mr. Raja gets up in court and he talks about two particular companies that have now come under the CBI's scanner, Swan Telecom and Unitech. And he says that when these companies basically decided to bring in equity from foreign players, in one case you have Etisalat, in the other case you have Telenor, a telecom giant known globally, this was a deal that was signed off on by the government of India. We know in one case it was actually signed off on by the CCEA, the Cabinet Committee on Economic Affairs. Does that not squarely, Mr. Sibal, take the scam beyond A. Raja and lay it at the door of your government?
In other words, is dilution of equity a scam? I don't understand the question, quite frankly. The policy says you can't sell equity, but the policy says you can bring in additional equity. That was the policy of the NDA government in 1999. They did away with it in 2003. In 2003, under the NDA regime, you could actually sell the license. The day you got it, the next day you could sell it and make a huge profit. But in 2009, we brought in a restraint saying that within 3 years you can't sell it, but you can bring in additional equity. That's normal policy in every country in the world.
So you're saying you agree with A. Raja that no law was broken and therefore nothing is wrong?
Of course not. Bringing in additional equity is not any infraction of any law. I don't understand what the argument is. What Raja is saying is right, that as far as bringing in additional equity is concerned, this was known to the Finance Minister and the Prime Minister, and that's absolutely right, because the Prime Minister asked the Finance Minister, does this amount to divestment? And the Finance Minister gave an opinion that no, this is only dilution of equity and therefore perfectly legal. So what is legal can't be criminally prosecutable.
You do know that sounds ominously like Nitin Gadkari talking about Mr. Yediyurappa saying what he did was not illegal but it was immoral.
I thought that there was some difference, that what he gave to his sons was plots of land and then investment by others with no connection. To whom ultimately the plots were given. So I think that you're mixing up the facts. This is something to do with bringing in additional equity to take the telecom sector forward, because without that investment, you'd not be able to lay the infrastructure. Remember, a license is only a license.
Yes.
NDTV's cricket app, Android and iPhone. Fastest scorecard, special analysis, and much more. Download free. NDTV.com/apps.